Welcome everybody. We are here. It is Thursday the 26th, January the 26th, 2023. We are here live. Welcome. Welcome. All right. So we've been going through a couple of areas. We've hit rule 1 on Tuesday, which was write it down. Rule number 2, which was yesterday, was doing what? We were making some things clear. That was rule number 2, which was getting clear about your feelings. And then today we're going to be going over rule number 3, which is letting go of your fear. Welcome to the Ecliptic Spiritualist channel live. And we're just getting into this energy about making major decisions, setting up our list so that way we're moving forward into what you should be doing for yourself and developing your spiritual eye, your spiritual kingness. And that's kingness is meaning king sight, and also aligning yourself with spring energy coming in and growing. All right. So all about spiritual development or spirituality, or your own individual spirituality, does take where one has to put in a applicable practice that you could do on a daily basis and get you back on track. If you've gotten off track or on track or wherever you may be, always a good tidbit works for all of us. Okay. So I'm going to share with you a couple of things that will help with getting into clearing up fear, setting up your, hey there, good morning, setting up, if you've gotten off track, with some alter spiritual things that will help you get in alignment with your thoughts and clarity and so much more. There are quick things that you could do to build back your practice, or if you're already doing it, just keep you encouraged. And it doesn't have to be an everyday thing, but it's something that you can add to yourself that will keep you accountable to yourself. And in the meantime, the website is up here. I posted it in the pin so you could take your time and go to the website, sign up. Make sure that you're subscribed to the channel here as well. We have our website for the North Node. We have our YouTube channel here. Get some lows on Instagram and a lot of astrology, good information that comes in the stories, along with so much more. Okay, so as we get into, I just want to give y'all a little update on where the moon is. You know, we're out of new moon, and we're still vibing off of the new energy of a lunar cycle, but we're actually at moon and waxing. And then we're in the waxing crescent phase. You'll see the moon start getting more light. Today is moon in Aries. You'll probably be feeling a lot more directness the past couple of days, depending on the placement of the new moon energy has been flowing through. So you've probably been feeling some increase in pushing forward, being a little bit more motivated as well. And then keep in mind that we are in the sun star sign of Aquarius season until February the 18th. Okay, so that's an influence. Look at the brilliance of that particular sun star sign and what the focus is of it, because it's going to have an influence of the next few weeks in your own environment and who you are. Okay, so that's a good update on that. Okay, so welcome to the channel. Thank you, Melba, and those that will come in. Happy Thursday. Now, before I get into rule number 3, I did want to share some things with you. Okay, so when you're getting ready to focus on matters, or you're doing focusing, making decisions, setting up your life in matters, a good instant that I personally like to add to when I'm focused and thinking and writing up and focus is, I like to add mugwort and burn it while I'm making decisions or setting up things for myself. It gives me clarity. Hey there, Chris. Welcome. So one of the instances that I like to do when I'm getting ready to work with thinking and working on my plans and different things of that nature, I like to use mugwort. Mugwort is a great herb. It helps for clarity, information. It helps your spiritual awakening area, your spiritual eye, whatever you may want to call it in your life. It helps to in clear it up and heighten it, okay, while you're in thinking mode, okay, and clearing up too. And then I also mentioned yesterday, but I like to always burn a candle. This is a tea light candle. I like to burn a candle. You can pick, hey there, you can pick whatever color you like. But when I'm thinking, I either like to go with, and I'm working on decisions, I either like to burn a white candle or I like to burn a blue candle for education. And education is thinking, critical thinking. That's the color for that, a blue candle or a white candle. White candles is easily accessible, and you can either add some blue color to it, blue sparkles to it. Keep in mind, sparkles cut matters. That's why you'll see in the altar work that I do, and those that have been knowing me for a while, I have a lot of different colors of sparkles and different things because it's a cutting mechanism. It cuts out things that shouldn't be there. And so you can add blue to this if you like, or just go plain. Okay. And then another aspect is I do like to burn anti-stress cones as well, because sometimes when you're getting ready to think, you know, you can actually feel a little stressed out. Or when we're getting ready to talk about this rule number 3 about clearing out fear, stress will try to come in. And so this is a cone for anti-stress. Okay, so I do like to burn it. These things are accessible in your local metaphysical store. Hey there, good morning, Chanel. So this is another incense. This is actually a cone. It smells very beautiful. I use it when I'm getting ready to, again, I'm sitting down, I'm thinking, and it de-stresses you. When we're not you comment in the chat here, when you get ready to do working and thinking for yourself and strategizing, does stress sometimes come up in your belly or kind of start getting a lot of thoughts running in? Well, the anti-stress incense helps, along with, I want to go over mugwort incense help, or you can get the natural herbs if you like and burn it as well in a rinsing. But this particular, I keep this on hand. Okay, mugwort helps me when I'm writing, I'm making decisions. Okay, and then last but not least is joss paper. Okay, now joss paper is ancestor money or ancestor money. You can say it's ancestor money, okay? It's rice paper, but it's joss paper. And it helps, I write on this when I'm making decisions and making things firm, as well as when I'm setting my intentions, okay? Hey there, Ayana. So I write on my joss paper, okay, when I'm making decisions. And what I do is I hold on to it before I get ready to start burning these different things. But I set my intentions with joss paper, okay? So this is a good system to use with making decisions, getting clarity, all right? So you're gonna have what? You're gonna use a candle. You can use for education purposes. You could use, like I was saying, I repeat myself on that, as many come in. You could use a white tea light or a white candle or a blue candle for education, for thinking. If you want to add some blue sparkles to a white candle, you can. Keep in mind, sparkles is glass and it cut through matter. So it helps you to clear up your mind. Or you don't have to do that unless you're guided to do so. Anti-stress cones, they're burnable. These are burnable, and like I was showing, they're wonderful for de-stressing, not only with thinking time, but you could burn them at when you need to end, stress. Okay. You may and may not have that kind of problems. Okay. To me, when I start thinking and then I have to decompose myself, I may be that kind of person. Maybe you don't, or maybe you do. Let me know in the chat. How do you deal with writing things and getting focused? I find that this has helped me, and I can create very easily when I'm sitting and I'm writing, and you're going through the rule number 1, rule number 2, and now we're going through rule number 3, which is clearing up fear. Okay, clearing up fear. All right. So you can let me know in the comments down below How do you set up your time when you're getting ready to write and making decisions? Because we're talking about making major decisions, life-changing decisions, making life-changing decisions. So I'm gonna backtrack, go to Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Tuesday was about writing it down. Wednesday was get clear about your feelings. And today's rule is rule number 3. Let go of fear. Let go of fear. When it comes to how to make a big decision, don't let fear ruin your life and ruin your time to sit down and deal with matters. Yesterday we talked about Spirit brought up angels and your guides and different things like that to support you. But one of the key things to note is when you're learning how to make life-changing decisions, it is that where fearful that things won't work out. So when we're making life-changing decisions, sometimes we have the feeling of that it won't work out. And so not moving in haste and making decisions. I know a lot of adults that make, and I deal with readings, I deal with in the aspect of spiritual counseling. My background is a LCSW, licensed social worker, LSW. Okay, and so I know how people make decisions and how they make things in haste. Including myself, I've learned over and over the years about making decisions that are timely. That way I know that I'm going the right way. Regardless if you sit down and make the decision, don't be concerned if it doesn't work totally the way that you think. Regardless of the outcome, you strategize. And 9 times out of 10, the outcome will come out pretty much 90 something percent close to what you set up, because you did what? You sat down and you strategized. Moving in haste and moving without thinking and rushing through matters, it shows lack of maturity. That's number one. Maturity makes decisions in a timely fashion, not rushing. Fools rush in. Okay, so when we started off on our fool's journey, which Saturn takes us on, and I'm taking you back to that. If you don't know what that is, that's the angels when I do that. The fool's journey started at about 18, 17 and a half, 18, 19, where Saturn comes into placement into your chart and take you on your journey, on your adulthood. But Saturn also is the father, the grand poobah, and he also wants you to be coachable and teachable with having some other adults, not peer group that doesn't have the experience, but adults that you can reach out to, or a book or self-development, or following something that has the experience to lead, guide, and direct you. And that's what the key part of parenting. Parenting title is lead, guide, direct. That's the title for parenting, along with coaching others, being good friends to others, is also helping them to make decisions on their own, but not telling them step by step, showing them the different paths. And then as time goes, and as we go along, we make the right choice. Okay. Now, sometimes in life, stuff happens. But if you setting the decision up, you will make the right moves. Or sometimes you just got to stick. Sometimes you just can't move at all, and take your time. Okay. So don't wait for absolute certainty, because you'll almost never get it. If you're waiting on absolute, you got to plan. Okay. Let go of fear and set up. Fear can be an excuse to stay in a situation that isn't working for you anymore. Fear can feel comfortable because it keeps you in a pattern of what? Inaction. Okay. Chances are that the path of inaction is less frightening because it feels more familiar, but this inaction will keep you from making a breakthrough in any part of your life. Okay. So you have to take a chance on who? Yourself. One of the ways to do this is have a consistent, and you always hear me talk about consistency. If you're in class with me, if you know me on a private note, if you heard me here for 5 years, of those that have taken spiritual classes with me, courses, Numerous things. You'll always hear me say consistent process as for how to make decisions. Consistencies change, not big leaps. Okay. Having a goal. Thank you, Alana. Thank you. Thank you. Having a goal to process will give you some of the certainty you need to take action in the midst of the doubt that almost always accompanies large decisions. It always accompanies that, family. Okay. This process will help you to focus on how to make big decisions. Okay. And most of us that are here, we've been adulting for a while. Okay. I know about my analytics. Okay. And then there's some that they've been had to grow up very quickly, like some of us. Some of us had to adult very early. Some of us was adulting, but mishaps at 13, and it did cause some PTSD in the emotional balance, because if you growing in one aspect and one aspect is not being met, then there's some imbalances. Okay, so the scales don't balance out. But as we grow in your own spiritual path and you're being consistent, then the scales become balanced. Sometimes they become a little upsy daisy, but because you may be going through a change, a shift, so it'll dip. But if it's dipping way down here, that means you totally are off your path. And keep in mind that every single path, everybody that's here in the North Node community, and welcome new subscribers and those that are along the way here, and that's part, or just coming to step in and take a sip of the information here, that's part of your journey. Pathways are developed by your own. You have your own pathways, and there's no absolute single similarities, but there's not, everybody's paths are not the same. Okay, it's just like, let me give you an example, and comment down below, let me know some things about yourself in this. This helps us chat, not only just me speaking, but it helps to hear if you hear some of the things that you currently have to be faced with. I'll tell you a story about myself. When I was getting out of high school, okay, and a couple of my buddies, we were making decisions. We weren't really talking about our decisions, but we were making decisions for college, okay, college entry, where we're going and such like that. And some of us very tight, we're very tight to this day, we still tight, right? But the key to that is that we all maybe went to the same school, but what happened? We all parted different ways. We're out of Michigan. My friend went to Texas. Another friend of mine went to Atlanta. I went to Miami. That 305. Okay, I went to Miami. My bestie, she went with me. She was like, hey, that sounds like a good move. Me and her went to college together. She's one of my close, but all 5 or 6 of us went different paths, right? Oh, you're from Michigan, Chris? Okay, good. You have to let me know what part. There's a lot of Michiganders in here. Nancy, there's a lot. Ayana, Detroit, what's up? What up, though? So, a lot of us, we went to the same high school, and then we split paths. Who wouldn't? Hey, Texas, we got a lot of Texans in here. 10-gallon hats in here, so some Floridian palms in here. So, shout out your state. So we all did what? We're very close knit, and we all and some of us didn't go to the same high school. Actually, a friend of mine just found me like on Facebook. He was like, okay, this got to be her. So went to Oakland, yes. So yeah, all of my friends went to different paths, exactly. So we split, right? We went to different paths, okay? And so over time, yes, what up, though? So over time, what we still stayed connected, right? Sometimes it took some years. Some of us didn't go to college. One of my close friends, she stayed in Michigan, and then she worked, but we stayed connected, right? And then, education, different things. Everybody go different paths, right? So we all make different decisions. That's what all I'm trying to get to, is that everybody has a different decision making, and then they follow their own path, okay? They follow their own path. And so all of us in here follow different paths, right? Some of us that's in here, and hey, replay crew, you're still getting things, making decisions from your past, but and then bringing it into now. But keep in mind that that past does not define who you are today, but it does have some attributes. But if it's healthy for you to bring it along, and if it's not, discard of it. What is Aquarius season star sign been saying? It's been chiseling off things. We've been having things chiseling off since 2020, since we entered a new system, and things have been being reframed, to make it work for humanity, right? For humanity. Comment in the chat how this, comment in the chat. So, we went over some altar things to already do. We talked about the candle. We talked about the anti-stress cone to burn. We talked about mugwort. We talked about the joss paper. And if you want me to bring in more things about altar work with working through yourself, because that is part of the path of the spiritual path, it may or may not be for you. You may not have to incorporate those things, okay? But I just find that it's been working for me, so I do share that, And most of us that's here, comment down below. Most of us like those things, we like those things. We like it. So let's hear what Spirit has to say about this rule number 3. Okay, and rule number 3 is we're going over let go of fear. And if you're not able to comment in the chat right now, and I know some of us are driving or working, come back and comment in the chat. Don't be shy. Don't be shy. Let go of fear. So that's the rule number 3 we're on. So let's see what Spirit is going to say about this. Okay? What do you have to say, Spirit, about this rule number 3 about letting go of fear of making major life decisions? What do you have to say? Oh, wow. Okay. All right. So one of the things about letting go of fear, and they always align themselves with what I was talking about setting up your mind, setting up your altar, setting up things. And what did Spirit guys come up with? Meditation. Meditation. So you have to set up a system. You have to set up a system for meditation. Set up your system to get you in the mood. Sometimes you got to set up a system to get you in the mood. Okay, that means that candle, the incense, the anti-stress cone, joss paper, your note, setting up your energy to bring yourself into the energy of letting go of fear, writing it down, right? Writing it down. That's number 1. Okay, that's our number 1 aspect. It's getting it set up. And number 2, clear about your feelings. And then now we're talking about getting out of fear. So you have to take time to meditate. Meditate could be whatever way it is for you, but setting up a system is effective. And also, you always hear with some kind of soft music. It sets up the tone. You may not need that soft music. I have Archangel Michael on, but you may need something a little faster that gives you some speed. All right, Chris is sharing that he lit a white and black candle and jasmine incense. Yes, good. So you whatever works for you, but if you need some music to speed up, with your mind, but long as it's something that can help you get in the mindset of doing it and doing it. Systems get you to actually do it and not procrastinate your way out. Okay. And then we have here dreams. We have here dreams. Okay. So letting go of fear is allowing you to dream. Dream brings about hopes and creativity. Okay, dreaming. They're saying getting clear, let go of fear. Sorry, my nose is going. That's spirit guides. Okay, so dreams help you to write out things, get clear about your feelings, let go of fear. Dreams help bring out the intentions on what it is for your path. And then don't underestimate your dreams. Write them down. What are we going to do with that? Write down your dreams. Okay? You could put some garlic in your pillow. Go back to the videos so that way you could bring forth your dreams. Okay? And then write them down and then see how they align. You don't have to jump on the dream, but you can see how they align and look at it like we say, take your time. Okay? Keep in mind in your dreams, normally there's familiar faces that's being brought in, even if it seems negative. They only can bring a familiar face. Thank you for sharing that, Chris. You bring in 432 gigahertz of music. Great. So sometimes they use familiar faces, familiarity to bring out a message, even if it appears negative. But that's how you're going to relate. They bring about familiarity most of the time. If they don't for you, then, again, everybody's different. But I find that 98% of the time, it is a familiarity in the dream set. Okay? In the dream set. Okay, so there's dreams. Pay attention to also clearing out, let go of fear. Pay attention to numbers that come all the time. If there's certain numbers that are showing you up, those are cues to let go of fear. And then we have forgiveness. Now, in this particular situation, this comes up because to let go of fear, you have to look at if there's some blockages. Fear can block up forgiveness and you moving forward. Okay, so this is in reverse. So that means you need to look at this area in your life and evaluate, do a evaluation on yourself to see where does this lie in your life. Okay, and is it a lie somewhere that, just straight up lie that's there that doesn't need to be there in the area of forgiveness. Okay, so we've got meditation, and then we've got dreams, and then we've got forgiveness. And then forgiveness comes up a lot lately. Okay, lately, and our conversations these past month or two, we see it a lot. Okay, we see a lot. All right. Yes. Oh, interesting. Yes, it's something, and we've been talking about it a lot here too, Chris. And forgiveness is something that's an ongoing basis for human beings. You'll see it come up in seasons. Like one part of your season is gone, another season, it comes back up on a situation, And again, when we say forgiveness, we're not talking about going back and, doing stuff that, against the way you feel. That means there's a check and balances. Forgiveness is not a feeling, but it's an action from within. Okay? It's an action from within, right? So let me know your thoughts. Anybody want to express their thoughts here on how they work with, do they work with their dreams? Melba, Nancy, Chanel, Ayana, Alana, and those as in the replay. You can make some comments if you like and what we were talking about. Okay? All right. Anybody have any comments? Any comments? All right, I give it 10 more seconds. Sometimes it be on delay. Any comments in reference to it? Chanel, you don't have to be perfect to meditate. Exactly. That's right. You don't have to be perfect. Something that we mentioned. There's no perfection in it. You figure out, I like what you're saying, Chanel. You figure out your style. Yes, Chanel is sharing. Start with 3 minutes. We'll go along. Yes. And especially when you've been out of sync or haven't did it, 3 minutes feel like a long time, especially when you've been out of sync. And that's why setting up that system of your candle, your incense, your journal, it brings you into the energy of it. Sometimes you got to set up the system to bring yourself into it, or readjust yourself to bring yourself back in. Ayana is saying, I need to use garlic. I don't remember my dreams. Yes. So you can use garlic to help you remember your dreams. You put it in your pillow. Okay. And it does help you to remember your dreams. Yes. It's very helpful. Bay leaves is good. Mugwort is your buddy for your dream aspect. It's a good aspect. The teas, be mindful of it, because some people can't handle, the tea aspect. They can't handle it because it's a little bit too much. But again, you find out what works for you. That's effective. Good. You use 800 hertz to put music on. Great. So most importantly, do it. Well, I don't. Yeah. Sometimes I understand that. I understand what you're saying. But sometimes they, as hideous as some of them can be, some of them are legit to help, and some of them just, let them float away, right? Like clouds. You have to let some of them just float away. Okay? Melba. Great. I like that. She's sharing that she likes low light, laying flat with her head on the pillow, relaxing and getting it. Exactly. And then we talked about, right? And then we talked about forgiveness. So, and those in the replay, these are important attributes to assist you in your practice. Okay? Get in the system and get in the rhythm. Something that everyone is sharing is how your style, like I said, is your style along as you do it. That's important. That's why we're here every day. Well, not every day, Tuesday through Saturday, right? To boost everybody to getting in a rhythm, in a system. Okay? All right? So we're out, family. Let me know tomorrow about your thoughts, or about the anti-stress cones, if you can find them. And if you're interested in getting Joss paper, just let me know in the chat or email me, and I'll start back putting it up on the website. It's very effective. It's ancestor money. And the anti-stress, I do get a hold of those pretty well, if that is something you're interested in. We also, when I do altar work, I do a lot of calming and building you up too, like the new moon. Even though you have your intentions, I do listen to your work while I'm doing the altar work. I listen to what Spirit is saying about you on an individual basis. Then I add to it, like, okay, this is what they're saying they additionally need. You have the anti-stress cones, Chris? Good. Some of us need that, right? Some of us, we need it, so exactly. And I love it's a beautiful scent, and it really works, it really works. So in saying that, everybody have a great Thursday. Some are at home due to the snowstorms that's going on. Take your time, listen to the things that's coming in the lives. Always let me know periodically, are they bringing value to each and every one of you, so that I know is what's making sense and what's not. I always do good checks and balances a lot. Okay? All right, well, have a wonderful day. Those that are in the replay crew, comment down below your thoughts with this live, and I will see you later.